What is going on, everybody? Crypto dumping again. Bitcoin down. We're down $72 billion as of right now. At one point, it was up to $126 billion that we were down. I'm going to start this a little bit early because I just got bored. So we're going to talk about crypto. Also, to give you guys some update here, we're going to be doing in the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to be doing something of a political show, political meme. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we're going to put together like 10 different questions. Like, for example, was Alex Pretty murdered, or was it justified? Do you believe that the tariffs are working? Don Lemon, was his arrest justified, or was it political? Are ICE terrorists or law enforcement? Should the president be earning $1.4 billion in crypto while he's in office? What will happen after the Fulton County raid? Is AOC a legitimate president or a running joke? Was the Ilhan Omar attack real or staged? We're going to be asking a lot of different weird sort of questions. I don't know what the answer to that's going to be. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. So, in the meantime, if you remember last night when we were playing, I was going through Shattered Legacy, and we ended with me in Shattered Legacy, which I now have the Shattered Legacy here. And at the last count, when we were chilling like, I want to say like a villain? Bob villain? When we were relaxing and chilling, I was waiting for Orion to give me the okay and say that the quest that we're doing was fine. And I just got that when I logged back in, and I fast forwarded to 24 hours on the time. So now we're doing Shattered Legacy, and we've got this guy right here. Before I click, I'm going to turn this up just a little bit because I guess... Oh, I did not mean to stab the poor guy.
Fancy seeing someone else all the way up here. What brings you so far up the mountain, friend?
Alright. Now we're going to talk to him. His name is Argus Fenric. Fenric has something to do with being a werewolf, right? And he is... No, he's fine. Thought he might be a vampire. He's a guardian. I turned this up, so just in case you couldn't hear before, maybe you'll be able to hear now. I don't know for sure if you will. But since I attacked him, I guess I'm going to have to go into a room and come back out. And let's pop in here, see what happens in High Hrothgar. And pop back out so that we've reset. I don't know if that resets the world, by the way, or not, when you do something and you don't get conversation dialogue doesn't pull up. We're going to try.
What? Well,
yes,
I'm sure I have no idea what you are talking about. I am just a pilgrim.
I am just a pilgrim. Show the note in the shard.
But really, I don't know what all of this means.
I'm here to help. You are being hunted.
You aren't one of them, then? Alright. Yes, I am a guardian of Ipcus. But tell me, how did you come into possession of that shard?
Byron was killed.
That's a shame. But at least he was able to get that piece to you, and out of the hands of the enemy.
You don't know I'm not the enemy yet. Who is the enemy?
Assassins from the Morak Tong, hired by Demaree Terra worshippers. We are trying to reforge the Amulet of Kings.
Morak Tong was attacking me yesterday.
Solidify Martin's Septon's sacrifice and forever seal oblivion away from the world. And obviously, forever cutting the data.
What can I do to help?
Fragment to you. It and I will be saved that way, I think. You seem able to handle yourself against the assassins. I'll remain here in the hopes that the remaining guardians show up. And in the meantime, perhaps you can try and find one of them for me? She was apparently heading through Bill Pass from Citadel and should have gotten here before.
We're going to find a guardian.
Great. I'll mark it on your map.
I'm going to look into it. I'm not going to do this whole thing. We're going to just find out what her name is. Find Ezra. So we're going to pop over here. And we're going to find Ezra. The map has been updated. Where is Ezra? All right. I don't see Ezra anywhere. All right, so Ezra, who may be stuck in Pale Pass, which has a battle currently raging. He mapped the Pale Cave passage I can take into the pass to find her. So now I need to go to the Pale Cave Pass, wherever that might be. It's not North Windcaller. It's not Honeystrand down here. Fallow Stone, Broken Helm, Broken Hollow, Tovald's, Stony Creek, Pale Cave. I'm looking for Pale Cave. I'm looking for a cave that's pale. Where do you think she is? Where do you think the Pale Cave is? Maybe it's over here? There it is. Pale Cave, right there. So we're going to go to Engelman's Rest. By the way, I don't know if... did I do this right? Did I set this... Make sure you type in... I can't see anything right now. So in the event, I don't know if I've got everything right here or not. So I don't know if I'm even broadcasting right now. I could be just quietly not doing anything here and just talking into the ether, if you will. It says I'm live. Okay, actually, no, it says I'm live. So it worked. Was not sure whether this was going to work or not. If you're in here, by the way, say hi so that it should pop up on the screen. I rearranged a bunch of different stuff here, so we'll see whether or not I get whether it works or not. Anyway, so now we're at Engelman's, and we need to get to the Pale Cave, which appears to be right next to it. Holla. Oh, by the way, I hope you're liking some of the new updates that I've been doing. Been changing a little bit about the channel. We got a new frame here that we're using. Not sure whether it's a great frame or not. Is this the Pale Pass? No, this is the South Fringe Sanctum. So, Pale Pass. Where the hell is the Pale Pass? Oh, it was on the other side, because I'm stupid. I didn't know that. So now, I'm going to race over here, pop in, and see what happens with that. So, crypto down, we had $2.45 trillion market cap. Guys, this is the bearish, this is the most bearish I've ever seen crypto, by the way. Like, this is not normal. This is absolutely an unwinding of a lot of shady activity. And by the way, if you're not mad at the Trump administration and you're making excuses for that, you should be ashamed of yourself at this point, because the Trump administration, those are the people that are trying to either wind up or unwind everything that's happening right now, and they are doing a very poor job of managing everything right now in terms of crypto. However, I'm condemning their inability to get simple stuff done and passed, and legislation and all of those things. But at the end of the day, they are still, unfortunately, the very best administration for leading crypto into the future. So not happy with what we've seen, not happy with what's happened so far, and we're going to use our little shortcut here of TCL, and we're getting up here. We are not going to do that the long way. Right. We just need to get to the Pale Pass. I don't need to play around with this holiday. I'm not even sure I'm high enough. Like, oh, here we go. We did find it. Pale Path. All right, so we got to go to the Pale Cave, and hopefully from the Pale Cave, we're going to end up seeing whoever this person is on the other side. I hear something. I hear it again. Oh, you know what? I'm familiar with this. I was just here not that long ago. I played this probably 6 months ago. Like, I remember this. Gonna come out, open this up, and there's like a goblin that I'm gonna fight over there, like that giant. And then there's up here. There's a. Let's. This guy doesn't seem to be moving very quickly, so we'll. Ooh. So I'm shooting this guy, I'm not doing any damage. You know what? Let's pop this straight sword out. See what happens. Whack, 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 whack. Insufficient charge. Big move right there. Bang, bang. One more time. Dead. And dead. Alright, so we're up 31 right there. Now, we cross this, and there's a... right there. You want that. Now, there is a cave here. There it is. That's the way out. This is the way to wherever this lady is. Ezra, I think her name was. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Alright, there we go. So we're in the Pale Cave here. I don't know where we are on the map, by the way. I don't know if this is... Oh, you know what? We're in a different area, different region. That's what it was. So they're going to be over there getting all squishy and killing each other. And then I just want to get inside this castle here, which I think is up this way. Bunch of dead people. I see dead people. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we're in the right path now. I think we go up this way. We got to get in the building. Once we get inside, then we got to do some kind of little, you know, fetch to find something that she's got, and then boom, open the gate.
Don't set anything on fire, all right?
Don't tell me what to do. You are not the boss of me. Oh, you know what I need? I need to recharge. Let's do great sword. We want to. Oh, I have no stuff to recharge with. Haha. Whoops. All right, so whatever buff we were gonna have, we're not gonna have now. Anyway, this is gonna ask me. She's down here at the bottom here. She's gonna like coming up the stairs or whatever. And boom, we're gonna talk to her.
Hold on. You're with those kettle-head soldiers, aren't
Calm
you?
down. I'm here to help you.
Victorious.
Argus sent me.
Just get me there safely.
Get me there
and
safe.
Good.
Now, before we go,
But before we go there,
she has to take me downstairs
Hold on.
to show me something.
Stay right
Yeah,
there.
daddy. Anyway, oh, it's not there. Yeah, it's up here. It's inside the castle. So we're gonna go up here. Let her. I think you got to let her go out first too. By the way, like this thing, not. I mean, there's just like a few bugs in this thing. She's already gone, but she's over here somewhere. Like up this stairs. There we go. Crypto's still sitting at around 2.45 trillion. And there's all this fighting going on. I've never engaged with all this. I've never even looked in here. Like, I have no idea what's in this castle. I don't know if there's anything to loot. I don't know if there's anything to do. I have no idea. I just always do whatever's immediate here and never check it out. Just go through this door right here. And then down here at the bottom of it. Boom, shakalaka. Then down here at the bottom of it, she's going to tell you, like, oh, we have to go find this little spot. So we're going to go there. It's this way. And then this way. Oops.
What are you doing? I'm on your side.
There we go. chest. Take whatever's in there. It's a little bit further down. And then... it's almost a straight shot. Except you turn right here. And then I think there's somewhere...
This is it. There must be a switch around here.
yeah, there it is. Take that.
See if you can
Pull the
find
chain
it.
right there.
That's
Now,
it.
whatever it is
It'll
that she's
come
got
along.
is inside here. So she takes that giant
That's it.
ball, which is
The shield
stupid.
is here, just like he said.
Now we gotta get out.
Now let's get back to Argus.
And I think that there's... I think along the way... we're gonna keep that great sword because we want to level it up. But I think that we get... like a couple of guys that show up out of nowhere. Like, what are you people doing? We did not. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Oh, she's here. Alright, so we got her. We got what we needed. I'm gonna run over here. Because I've never done it. I've never moved through here to see if they have anything. It's a chest. I'll remember that next time. Then it goes upstairs, and I am not going upstairs. I don't give a shit about. Looks pretty sparsely done. We're going to return to Argus, so now I have to put my stuff up here. I think I can fast travel, too. So I think I can fast travel here to the Pale Cave entrance. Yes, sir. Makes it a lot quicker there. Bust in here. Back in the Pale Cave, all we have to do is just walk around because we've killed everything already. So we just go up here. And then, oh, we do have one. There we go. Now, the rest of it is all over here. I don't remember if it's this or this. I think it's the other one. I don't think this one goes anywhere. I don't know. Ice race. Okay, we've not been this way. Why are you running? Why are you running, dog? Alright, so this is just a stupid cave. Let's kneel down here. Let's bow of shadow this. Let's see if this guy... Nothing. I'm just going to jump across all the way. There is... and this is one of the good chests, so we want that one. We always want one of those. I cannot hit that. Whatever that is. Let's dagger up. Can't leave him alone. He's gotta die. There's a pathing issue here, though. Whatever it is. I'm just gonna walk away from him, I guess. He is not doing anything to help, so... Seems like a waste of time right there. But I mean, I guess you got a chest down there or something like that, so whatever. Also, by the way, if you're not getting a notice and you come in here later and you find out that you didn't get a notice, it's because I used all my notices today. I had 3 notices set up. One is for that Terra Luna Classic, and then there was another one for my live stream, and then there was another one for my Top 5 at 5 show. So this is just kind of an extra stream here, so you might just kind of stumble upon it. And also, I won't be sending notifications out again for a little while. I talk to, and I say it like it's an actual talk to. My conversation was with Google Gemini. Google Gemini told me what I needed to do, and I have to stop sending out notifications for a little while. So if you're not notified of some of the stuff that I'm doing here, then there's a reason for it. It's not because I don't like you. It's because the system doesn't like me. All right, there we go. So now she's here, I think, already. Yeah, she's here already. Found Ezra.
Hi.
Yes. I ended up sneaking past the border patrol and got into the path.
Now return to Argus.
Then all hell broke loose, and the Stormcloaks attacked the
And we gotta listen to her, I guess.
It was all I could do to find a place to hide. I hoped that the fighting would die down enough for me to sneak through, but it just seemed non-stop. Luckily, our friend here came along and got me out in one piece. I suppose I owe you an apology, but we can't be too careful with assassins being after us. Here, you can have this. I owe you something for getting me out of there alive. So it seems we have a situation at hand here, and the Daedric cult knows of our presence here. I think we need to step up our plan and involve you. Assuming you are willing.
I'll do what I can.
Great. Well, then I'll entrust my shard to you. Protect it well.
Well then, that just leaves Ogar's chart. I received a letter from him some weeks ago that he was going to be traveling over the western mountains into Skyrim, but that to wait out the weather after him. Since it is an orc stronghold, you will need to be bloodkin to them before being allowed. Once you find him, bring him here and we can discuss plans further.
So we gotta find Ulgarg. Now, I need to steal from Ezra. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but there we go. I got the piece that I needed. Now, I gotta go talk to an orc. Ugh, orcs are gross. I think I'm actually already friends with them. I believe that what you had to do, or what the requirement was for it was, you have to give them the Forge Master's fingers, and I think I already did that. So I might be friends with the orcs already. We don't have to worry about it. But the reason that we're doing this, by the way, Shattered Legacy is going to give me the best armor in the game. And the door's open over here, so I think I did already do it. Go on, girl. Yeah, I'm already friends with this guy. Alright, so, Ulgarg's note. Search for signs to the east.
Respect strength and strength alone.
I don't need you, Strengthy. I need Ulgarg. So, you know, what about now? And I think there's another one of those. The things that we were doing yesterday, where you have, yeah, Ulgarg is right here. We're going to follow a blood trail, which is leading that way. But there is one of those archaeological digs right over here. At the Reachwind Airy. There we go. An easy level up, too. You get leveled up quickly here. Down $11 billion to start off. We're at 6:14 p.m. and the market is already down $11 billion. We are headed to 68,000 Bitcoin at least. By the way, you know, we should say it is very, very weird right now that the obvious event here for cryptocurrency is everybody can't get rich, right? Like, if everybody is shorting the market, then the longs are the ones that ultimately start stepping in because the bears will back off because it doesn't make any sense. Well, that hasn't changed anything. Like, there is something really broken happening right now. Alright, so let's reach Cliff Cave. I mean broken in this market. Like, broken. As a matter of fact, son of a bitch, you know what I forgot? Da-da! Da-da-da! I forgot to put you guys on the top right there. LaThomas says, interview with Tom was great. Cleared some stuff up. Good evening from Penguin. Yeah, great vid. Are you more bullish on Dev and Fias now? I was already bullish. I don't think anything really changed for me. You know what I mean? Fias started to look a little bit more interesting than before for sure. I think so too. The hard part about Fias right now is that Tom hasn't been very open about it because he's still in that development phase. So I think a lot of us are just kind of like speculating on what could be or what might happen and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that any of us really had that moment, that clarity spot, that, you know, like anything that would help us. I don't think any of us saw it. Ouch. God damn. So for him to come on, I appreciate that so much. For him to come on and really talk about it and start to break down some of this was, I think, really important. Not just, you know, it was nice for me, but for the community. You know, this community has been looking for anything to kind of hang its hat on. You know, just something to say, hey, we're doing great. Shards start to glow. You notice a distinct glow in Ulgar's stomach. So I got to pull this out of this guy's stomach here. Oh, good lord. All right. There is something right there. Maybe I have to cut into him. I had to cut into him in order to extract the gem fragment. That is such bullshit. Now, gotta go kill this other guy who just took off running, just in case. I don't know if we need to. But he was almost dead, and he's obviously hiding somewhere. And waka waka. Ebony cutlass. We'll take it. Uh-oh, shit. Didn't want all this. Alright. Wasn't looking for another fight through here, but now that I'm here... What do we have? And, oh, this is going to be too goddamn much. I guess this is not even an area that I cared about. And now I'm just too deep in it. So we're going to get out of here. Yeah, we're just going to get out. I didn't need to explore this dungeon anyway. All I needed was to get out of here. So anyway, ultimately, I'm more bullish on Fias because I was already, I was already bullish, and I already felt like I was reading between the lines at some of the things that Tom was saying originally about how excited he was, all of his path. The thing that we don't have right now is we don't have like some clarity, like who are the partners? Who are the people who are gonna, who's gonna use all of this? You know, is it just retail? Are we just, are we just a bunch of retail babies that are gonna start buying stuff from AI? Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know exactly how it generates revenue. So I guess we're going to have a little clarity on that, but I don't think that's going to happen right away. I think we're going to need a little time to really kind of see how that plays out. But ultimately, look, a lot of it for me...
Ah, you're back.
I'm going to speed through this.
Once you find the setting, meet us back here.
Recover the amulet setting from the map. Alright, so... Argus has directed me to the Raven's Rest, where the Morag Tong have held up in their hideout. Raven's Rest. Okay, so they possess... Now, we gotta go to Raven's Rest. Alright, which is right over here. And we've already unlocked it, so that's good. Anyway, I don't see how it... I mean, I understand it, but, I don't know how it generates money and all that, so... Until we get some clarity from it, then there's going to be some concerns. And then, what we really need to see, I think for most of us, we want to care about Fias, and I think that this is important. Like, I think that a lot of people really want to care about Fias, but they want to see something happen with Dev before they just throw more money at the next project. Yolan's note. Let's see what Yolan has to say. Alright, lads, I've had enough of Chief Sigvar. Tonight we take down the bastard. Jogger coffins, rotten stallion, sun... Nah, nothing much. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Son of a bitch. Alright. remember this. All right, so I got to squeeze down here. There we go. Anyway, we need to see something, you know, from, I think, in order for it to grow, in my opinion. And, you know, I could be wrong. Anything can happen. But I think that a lot of people, even people who are big fans, like, you know, even some of us who are fans of all the work they're doing, all the stuff that goes into this, you know, I think we're all just kind of, like, we want to see some positivity out of Fias or Dev. Like, we want to see Dev actually make a move and have, like, a breakout or something like that. So I think it's going to be a minute before we see anything really start to happen with Fias. And I'm saying it like that. It feels uncomfortable for me to say Fias. Because Fias was good for me at that point. This son of a bitch is just... Where is he? There is a red guy, like right there. And, oh, son of a bitch. You little asshole. Here you go. So I just feel like, you know, doesn't matter how bullish I am, doesn't matter how bullish you are. What matters is there anything to anything? And I think a lot of people are just going to sit on the sidelines, and we're not going to see a huge run until we see a run from Dev, you know, because, again, I think you're just... a lot of people are going to say we're just kicking the can down the road. Like, you know, what are we kicking the can down the road for? Why are we, you know, why are we not doing whatever? Why are we not, you know, shouldn't Dev have some kind of positive run or something like that? You know, I think people are going to say that first. Then, from there, then I think we'll maybe find something out later. But again, I think it's going to struggle to grow until we really... And by the way, when I say that, I mean, I don't mean that if you look at what I've said over and over again, from 1 penny to 2 pennies, seems kind of automatic. Now, there is a big seller on Fias that's been selling out for a little while. He started a couple days ago. And, you know, some people were like, oh my God, what is this? What is, you know, why is this person selling and stuff like that? And the people that were doing that is the same people that came to me the other day and told me that there was some kind of critical bug. And Tom assured me that was not true and that they were just lying to me, which is kind of lame. Like, I think somebody was trying to manipulate me into fudding, not because they wanted me to FUD, but because I had a bigger reach than they did, and maybe they just wanted to buy the dips or something like that, and get the price to come down, because like Fias does not have, he's not listed on a bunch of exchanges. It's not, you know, like, there's only so much fudding you can do. This is the guy. Camera rack umbrella. Let's wipe his ass out fast, alright? Amulet setting. That's what we need right there. Alright. Take that. Anyway, I think that ultimately it's gonna be a minute, and we need to see some positive. We need to see some positive stuff from Dev, and I think that by this point, by the way, like, we should have seen something positive. You know what I mean? Like, I just, to me, in my opinion, by now, something good should have happened. You know, like, it just seems like everything just keeps going further and further down the road, and that's not conspiracy. You know what I mean? Like, that's conspirafact. We just need to see, you know, some kind of boom, easy way out. We need to see just something, anything happen that we can look at it and say, there we go. And what we'd like to see is, you know, let's, you know, $5, $2, $3. You know what I mean? just see Dev actually take off and start to reestablish a little bit of that market cap that we had before, a little bit of intensity, a little interest and stuff like that. And it can happen in this market. Like if you look around, there's stuff that pumps every single day. It's not always the stuff that we want. It's not always, you know, whatever, but there's always something. There's always something that's moving in the markets. Like today, even though, and I keep telling you guys, I got ICP. Like I'm looking at ICP, and like I'm waiting for ICP to have a breakout. The rest of the market's down like 4 and 5 and 6%, and ICP is up 1% on the day. You know, when the rest of the market is dumping and you got one thing pumping, it's trying to pump. So things were trying to pump. DMC was up 42% today, which was huge. Unfortunately, it's a tiny micro cap. It's the Demaree and Motor Corporation, and they have a crypto. And I reached out to them, tried to get a partnership with them and stuff like that. And they were like, you know, maybe one day we'll reach out to you, stuff like that. But, you know.
My goodness, you have been busy, haven't you?
To entertain, not good for sure.
That shield was crafted by... But that's not all.
It's the shield.
I think I may... That would give me enough time to check a few things before delving into a lengthy tale.
Ooh, motherfucker. Alright, so I returned to him. So now, he told me to return in a day or two so he can research. Alright, so we got that. Now it's going to be time to dump off some stuff. Anyway, Demaree and Motor Corporation was up like 40% on the day. There's a few things here and there that seem to have these little bitty breakouts. You know what I mean? And then Tom's going to have a pretty big... Here's the thing. So Tom's going to have a pretty big announcement this month, a kind of a roadmap of what's going on. I don't think that it's going to be an official white paper. I really don't think that's the case. I think he might convert it to it because I asked in that fashion, and he might not have even been thinking about it. So it's possible that maybe that's what we end up getting, a nice little white paper. But you know, otherwise I don't really know what it is that's going to come out. I think he'll just put out like a roadmap. And that roadmap, really, to me, like, I mean, we have to be honest about it. That's just kicking something down the road a little bit further. I mean, that's not, you know, like today, tomorrow, the day after. You know, when does Dev do anything? You know what I mean? When do we have something that we can just, like, yes. You know, we've got that big move. I could use, you know, to be fair, like I could use a nice 10x right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad. And by the way, if you look at it from just my standpoint right now, a nice little 10x, that would take us to 80 cents. Like that's not even half of where we were at $1.80. You know what I mean? So it's not that unreal or untoward to think that there could be some opportunity right there. You know? So I don't know. Blackwater Blade. I don't know why I'm still holding on to this. It seems kind of stupid now in hindsight. But we're going to throw all of this stuff. Knight's Claymore we're going to hold on to. War Axe we're going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of... Alright, so now I don't know. Hell no. Soul Stealer Arrow. I've never seen this before in my life. And now I'm never going to live without it. Jesus Christ. I've been waiting for that. Man. Whatever. Anyway, I just feel like there's no announcement. Like there's no real, you know, like I want something. I want just, you know, give me some kind of reason to say, hey man, this is awesome. And like we really haven't had that moment where we've just, you know, nobody's lit the world on fire. And, you know, they keep talking about, and I say they in the third person, they keep talking about all these cool things that are going to happen or that are happening or, you know, whatever the case may be. We're not seeing it. So, you know, who cares? Now, we want to see the price action. And by the way, some of the I'll tell you a little bit about the off-topic stuff that we were talking about. Like, you know, he's the same way. Like he understands now that he's been in, and I'm not saying this is perfect, and I'm not saying that this is, you know, but he understands in a way. He's a crypto bro, by the way, just for full disclosure. He is a crypto bro, but I think that he really hasn't, you know, just hasn't really had that I want to say that feeling that, you know, like he hasn't had that, you know, I need to be at the forefront. And like I tried to at the very end because it's benefits me to be partnered with these guys. But it kind of like I was like, listen, man, you know, one of the problems here, like I'm not saying I could have saved it, but talking about dev makes people think that you care, whether you care or not. You know, sometimes hiring somebody like me, and it doesn't have to be me, like that's me being selfish when I say, you know, hire me because I want it, you know, like for me, full disclosure, like dev is kind of a passion project for me. So, you know, if I could get a deal with them, then I'd be talking about dev all the time. That's my dream, you know, dream job, basically, you know, dream job. So, so I just kind of, at the end of it, I was just kind of talking to him, and I was like, you know, it's just, you got to talk, you got to communicate to people. And the fact that he's been in the chat for, you know, all this time, taking bullet after bullet after bullet. And by the way, just because you're taking the bullet, if you guys remember Russell was the guy who was in charge of Saitama. He took bullet after bullet after bullet for all of their screw ups along the way until they collapsed and nothing happened. So, you know, some people have seen that before. So, you know, he doesn't, I don't know that he understands that. I think he looks at it a little bit differently than some of us do. So, you know, for him, it's not nearly as big a deal. But for a lot of us, it's, you know, like, Jesus Christ, we've seen this before. Remember, if you guys remember, I was partnered with, for a short period of time, Terrarium. And if you remember Terrarium was an exchange. Like, they went live. They were a live exchange that ended up failing catastrophically. You know, just like absolutely crumbled and fell apart. But I mean, at one point, like, they had almost $1 billion market cap, wasn't it? Because, like, I had $1,000 and I cashed out 37,000 at the top of it. And then I put like 10 back in. And I never got that 10 back. I only got like 5 of it back or something like that, because they had said that they were partnering with, or they were getting listed on Binance, and that ended up not being true. And like, that was kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people. But, you know, Terrarium that happened with, Saitama was just doing all kinds of wackadoo BS the whole time. Like, there was so many different cryptos that just didn't survive and didn't make it.
Is now a good time? Then please, come have a seat.
All right, so now he wants me to come sit down with him at the table over here. But, you know, like, we've seen it before, and I don't think Tom realizes that. I think Tom is one of those guys who's not a degen. He's just looked at good projects, all you know, like Solana or Ethereum or, you know, Polygon or something like that. You know, altcoins and stuff. He's been a crypto bro, but he's not a meme coin guy. So for him, I don't think that you know, it's just not the same. If that makes sense. Like, he doesn't see the collapses that we've seen. And some of you might not have seen it either. But there's been some just crazy collapses in these markets, and you know, it just sucked. Just get out of my way, bitch. It just sucked.
Handsome man in Falkry.
You know what? Get out of my way, boy.
A strong drink will chase off that chill in the air.
Ah, good. If you'd like to know more, now I've done the
all right, so now
pieces and the shield. Queen, her soul must.
Yeah, I go through a huge amount of blah 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 right
if
here.
We were to bring well, the gem in the amulet. I would be very curious. Now,
I put the amulet on, and the amulet transports me to the place.
Yes, that's right. Then, of course, his connection to this is precisely to send the champion of Syria.
I think that's the end of it.
We need
something of Tiber
Septums. I found
Septums.
The ancient. So I looked at. I believe it. The way the stones apparent. It was a way. I believe. To return. Yes. Hopefully that. Be well.
All right. So it's the Lord's mail or something.
I know that I tend to expound upon things, but I'll try and be to the point for brevity's sake.
All right, so now we take this necklace, and now it transports us to a place where we get whatever it is that we're looking for here. And now we're locating a piece of Tiber Septum. The piece of Tiber Septum, by the way, is like in his grave, so, you know, just kind of give you an opportunity. And, well, we're not going to do this. That's going to take forever. There we go. Anyway, so I just don't think that he really understands the way that, you know, some of us understand that, you know, some of these projects have been just shady. And, you know, it's not to say that he's got a shady project or anything like that, but, you know, people are looking for that, not even quick fix at this point. Like, that's the important part to recognize. Like, I don't think people even are looking for a quick fix anymore when it comes to dev. Like, we've been doing this for years now. Like, some people have been out here holding dev for a number of years. So it's not like people don't have faith. Like, again, they've held, and we've held for a very long time, looking for, you know, or waiting for, you know, whatever the announcement is, whatever the thing is, whatever it is that's going to happen next. You know, we've all been kind of sitting around waiting for that moment, and we haven't gotten it. So, and then, you know, again, just gets kind of kicked down the road. And I don't think that anybody really, you know, like, they don't want to kick it down the road. They want everything to happen because, you know, to be fair, like, I think that if that were to happen, this would validate them in a great way, number one. And number two, they would then be able to cash out, some of them, and it would change their lives. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think they would all just kind of be like, you know, Tom would have $1 million, Ray would have, you know, they'd all have a little bit of money to be able to cash out. You know, it'd be nice. So I think they want it just as badly as everybody else does. All right, this is not Tiber Septum's spot, I don't think. I don't think this is it. I think Tiber Septum is in a different spot, but search the coffin. Nope. Yeah, it's not it. So again, I just think that he's just kind of oblivious to that portion of the market. Where, you know, why are we not just sitting there waiting years and years? Like, why are we not holding, like, if I were to say this to somebody, then their question to me would be like, hey, wait a second, you know, silver hasn't been hasn't run for 13 years. Like, silver has been suppressed for 13 years. Like, how, you know, how can that be? You cannot pick this lock. God damn it. Yeah, so now there is a long path here that I think. God damn it. So anyway, what I was saying, shit, I forgot where I was going with that. So I think that he just doesn't understand how important it is to communicate. So, you know, seeing me communicate, put him, quote unquote, outside of the bubble, if you will. Like, his bubble has been just a certain, you know, a certain way, a certain, you know, where, again, they just don't see the same thing that we see. You know, they're not nervous about it. They have the information that they need on the inside. Like, they're not stuck, you know, trying to figure out, where the fuck am I going here? Locate a piece. You should find a way into the fortress and locate Tiber Septum's tomb. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a long fucking path here. But I just don't think that he really understood the crypto bros in the way that he thought he did. And that leads to, you know, a lot of people just being like upset with him. You know, people are getting upset because they want to see something, you know. And when you don't have anything, you're not showing these guys anything. When you're not, you know, creating value in the eyes of people, then people start to get upset and they start to create conspiracies. I mean, you guys know my friend Roger. Like, you know, Roger was posting in their chat the other day about something that didn't add up, you know. And Roger's usually one of the quiet people who just understands that, you know, there's always something here or something there. It doesn't mean that there's a problem or anything like that, but you know, even he had questions. So it's, you know, it's just one of those things where even the quote-unquote savvy, if you will, investors are curious about stuff that's going on. And like, you know, when something doesn't really just, when you've been so long waiting, and I mean, for some of these guys, 2 years, you know, some of these guys have been waiting for 2 years for anything. And, you know, if you asked Tom, by the way, if you were like, Tom. That's Mike Tyson. That's hilarious to me. I don't know why. But you were like, Tom doesn't understand. I don't think that's the way. Tom doesn't understand that, you know, not everybody just has that same level of patience. And, you know, like one of his statements was, well, why didn't you just, I mean, you know, you had an opportunity to take profit. You had an opportunity to take, you know, cash out at the top at $1.80 and stuff like that. And I mean, that's fine. But what if you're somebody who you didn't cash out because you thought they were, that they could be using your capital in order to improve everything, in order to get better with what they're doing, in order to, you know, in order for all these different things to happen, for everything to just be better for the project. You know, I threw in my $1,000, everybody else throws in $1,000 here, $1,000 there. Like, we're all throwing in some money. They're using it as they need in order to develop and build a project. I mean, that's kind of what investment is all about, right? So why wouldn't we be thinking that it, you know, like, why wouldn't we be thinking that it would work out just fine? Like, I mean, it just, you know, it's one of those things where I think they couldn't read the room properly, you know. And no matter what, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to take however long it's going to take. And there's just not really anything that we can do about it. Now, we have a problem here, okay? My key is in this hallway right here. And there's a big monster, and I might have killed it and didn't realize it. Uh-oh. Open shackles, no. I shot way down here. Oh, right there. There it is. Ha! Alright. There's the key guy. So ultimately, we're just, you know, we're all just trying to figure out, you know, the way forward, I guess. You know, how do you guys create value? How do you do this? How do you do that? You know, we'll see what we'll see. Oh, and by the way, just for full disclosure, I was not paid for that. I didn't get any crypto as a reward, or, you know, so for anybody who might end up saying stuff like that, I did not get anything from it, and I did not ask, so probably should have. But, you know, I figure if they want to reward me for anything, then they will. And, you know, for me, it was already enough that they, I mean, in my opinion, they had rewarded me by, I mean, they partnered with me for a year. I mean, that's, I mean, I want to say 30 grand. You know what I mean? They were paying me $2,500 a month for a year. So, you know, I'd like for them to continue, but, you know, I mean, again, it's kind of the joy of, you know, that's a humbling experience, especially when you have like a passion thing like that, and they hire you and you're like working for them for a year and stuff like that. So, you know, like I can't complain. Like, what do I have to complain about? Like, these guys were gracious and amazing, you know. We want that. We want what's in there, no matter what's in there. We got some swords here that I think we need to find. Ancient Akaviri sword. Yes, we need that. There are a couple of different things here where you have like a couple of different swords. I got one of them so far, but I don't know where the rest of them are. No. 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 Maybe down here. I don't see one. Ancient Akaviri sword. Feels like I'm missing something here. Ancient sword. Maybe I'm missing all of them. Let's see. J. I should still continue to investigate the source. I have obtained the helm, but feel as though the dark power binding me here has hold over me. I should continue to investigate the source. All right. So let's go find the source here real quick. Nonetheless, Fias, I think, is going to be just fine as a project. I mean, I think the thing is, like Tom said, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you never know. But it looks like they're in a good position. It looks like they're in a good spot. So hopefully that means that they are. Oh, by the way, here, look at this. This little spot over here. If you guys ever play this game, if you pick up anything in this room, you will end up like falling. There it goes. I don't even know if I can get that thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that is a thing or not. Like, right there. But I don't think that it is. But if you touch anything over there, a trapdoor comes out and you end up falling all the way down. And it is a bitch to get out of. Like, it is a real bitch to get out of there. But let's see what Bitcoin's doing right now. Let's go back over here. 2.45 trillion. We're still down about 5 billion on the day. If we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's at 72,900. ICP is at 262. Tau's at 187. Link is down to $9.24. XRP is breaking down below $1.50 right now. So if you don't have any, or if you have some, I would certainly buy opportunity, in my opinion, for XRP right now at $1.50. Look, it went to what, $3, $3.50, something like that before. Probably gonna see those prices again. Like, it's not, can't be that far away. Ultimately, I think that what matters the most is put everything that you can, and this is my opinion, I'm not telling you what to do, but right now, put everything you can into Bitcoin. Give Bitcoin a chance to run. Make some profit off of that. Find the bottom first. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that today is the number. This is the moment. This is the. There we go. Fireblade of the Guardian. I think I need. And then around here. Whoa. Call the lieutenant. He's got an ancient blade and Arctheus, the judge. All right. Bones chest. There's a lot of stuff here. Bone meal. I don't need that shit, but whatever. All right, so we did that. Now we're gonna find the key blades, and that's what I think. That's it. I think. That's what I was looking for. The key blade. See how I did that one? Like that was a curveball. You know what? Let's take these bone arrows back. Waka waka. Wham. Ooh, he stopped walking as soon as he saw it coming. You asshole. Anyway, so the market, you know, like, man, it is brutal right now. Just fucking brutal. Anyway, chain link down to 962. Bitcoin 73,000. By the way, I don't see any reason right now. Like, I'm trying to be as bullish as I can, but I don't think there's any reason right now for Bitcoin to go up. Like, I think we're at the, you know, we're at this very, very weird spot right now where there's just no positive news coming out of the markets. So, like, what are we, you know, like, why would I buy Bitcoin is the narrative right now. And I think people are asking that question. Like, why should I buy Bitcoin when there's no bullish news, there's no anything? And by the way, that's one of the reasons that people don't make it. That's why some people just get wrecked, because they wait for a sign, and if you wait for the sign, that sign's never coming. Because everybody who didn't wait for the sign is going to start buying, and they're going to make their money. And then once they've made their money, they don't give a shit about your money. Guys are all down there. Jesus Christ. I don't remember a non-stop run of this stuff. But okay, boomer. Alright, let's go find... There's an arrow pointing this way, so... that, wax that, wax that, wax. There's a lot of stuff in here. Jesus Christ. You know I've played this level at least once before, but man, I don't remember all this stuff is coming out of everywhere. This game might have been updated. Might be what it is. Just got updated or something. There we go. There's another sword. That's what I'm talking about. Unlock the Underking's tomb and defeat him with the Keyblades. Oh yeah, baby. Here we go. And then I think it was this way, and then to the left. And then down here, we go all the way. And then to the right, and then up. There we go. And now we outie. So, yeah, I just, you know... I don't see, there's just no reason for people to accumulate Bitcoin. The only people buying right now are going to be the people who are conviction players, you know? Like people who have that conviction that no matter what happens, Bitcoin eventually is going to go back up. Like, I mean, that's who's buying right now. So everybody else is kind of sitting on the sidelines. And when does everybody start getting their rapid refunds? First tax return refund date. So you can file. Tax refunds are expected to, most taxpayers file electronically with direct deposit. So it says early to mid tax refunds are expected by early to mid February. Which actually was January 26th, which is the day. Most refunds will be issued within 21 days. So, that'll be coming pretty soon then. All right. So, mid-February, in about 2 weeks or so, we should start to see some money start to enter crypto. You know, a few people are going to buy it first. Institutions... It's stupid. Like, it's absolute. You are a complete and utter moron if you think that these institutions are not trying to get your money from you. They are 100% trying to get your money from you. Like, whatever we've got going on, no matter what we've got going on, the end result of all of this is that it's going to, what you're gonna see is you're gonna see all of these institutions, all of these corporations, all they're going to do is start talking good about crypto for a little while because they want you to start buying the bag. But they're buying the bags today. They're buying the bags right now. And they're selling some of it because that's how the dip even happens. So they are 100% and absolutely. Sword in there. Put the other sword over here. I think this unlocks some kind of creature. By the way, I can't even tell you, for those of you that don't know, my aunt passed away. She passed away over the weekend on Saturday morning. And all I'm going to say is maybe I can't talk about it. I love my aunt. I loved my aunt. And I don't think that she got a fair shake in life. But my family is, like my family's, I've got family members with money. I've got family members without money. As far as it goes, like, most of them have done fairly well. But she had a stroke one time, long time ago. She had a stroke. God damn it. And she went blind. I mean, she was an absolute mess. Okay, I'll just say that she was an absolute mess from everything that happened, and God damn it. She's been in homes. She's been in, because of, nobody taking care of her is difficult and stuff like that. So, so she's had broken arms. She's had just problems. I mean, just so many problems from all of the. They don't treat you good at hospice, okay? I'll just put it that way. They don't treat you good at hospice, and she's had problems, and 25 years is how long she's been kind of laid up with the stroke, and God damn it, she did not deserve how everything played out. She did not deserve all of that. You know what I mean? So, I guess that's all I'll say to that. But I miss her. She was a good woman. And
the wayward son
really sucked.
You are the gatherer of the symbols of you. Go
Another dragon.
forth and make whole the symbols of the offering, so that the heart too may once again be made whole.
I don't know what the shit I'm doing here. Alright, here we go. Now we're done. Alright, so how do I get the fuck out of here? Return to Orion. Alright. Oh, yeah. Duh. I take this off. forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, she didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve how her life ended up, how everything kind of went down.
Fantastic then.
And I'm not, you know, I'm not making excuses. I'm not defending anybody. I just, God damn it, you know.
Ah, you're back. Were you successful?
I really,
Are you serious? Then
she deserved better.
Akatosh
Let's
must be
put it that way.
aware
She
of our
deserved better.
pursuits and the. Truly, what did he say?
And here
Then
we go, here we
that
go,
mean-
here we go,
well,
here we go.
Yet to fully obtain would imply that some.
Ring of Arctis. So now he's going to tell me that I need to have these
Zorin
other
Arctis,
items. Who
Imperial
was the other
Battle
king?
Mage,
Of
and
course they
There
are.
are disrupt High King.
We're not going to stay. We're not going
Wolfhearth
to listen to the
in
whole
one
thing
of
here.
Wolfhearth, they betrayed to use as a power source for the Numidium. This trapping
72,700
cost Arctis his
Bitcoin
life,
continuing
and his
to dip.
soul was merged with Wolfhearth within the map. Wolfhearth was an Arctis, so therefore Zorin Arctis, the truth of divine. So a shared title. Well, I would surmise, which means that the father.
The breath of the
More
Father.
house.
Now I'm completely
Sorry.
lost.
3 of these represent Akatosh, Alessia, Zorin Arctis. His name means. This bonds him closely to Wolfhearth. Well, let's not forget. and in the
Shorestone,
Covenant, Akatosh
maybe
filled
something like that.
vessel with his own blood. So, exactly. So it seems we need. The armor of Mora House is one that still persists.
There we
It
go.
is also, and as it turns out, but news came down recently. Who knows if you? But either way, we could certainly use it. As far as Wolfhearth, from what I remember,
There we go.
there
So
are
it's the
various
amulet- it's the
dedications. I would explore
armor
there and
of
see what clues.
Morehouse?
Once you have the. If I do not see you again before then, take care of yourself. And as always,
Investigate
I'm here if you
Wolfheart's
need me for
plaque
anything.
in Windhelm, and then locate the Lord's mail. Okay, so Lord's mail is something you could actually just pick up, I think. Like, you don't have to do anything for it. Let's come over here. Yeah, Latama, I appreciate that. Like, I didn't talk to her a lot. I just, you know, she was a good woman, and I'll tell you. I mean, I'll tell you guys what happened. Like, you know what? I don't owe this guy any privacy or anything like that. I'll tell you what happened. She had a stroke, and she basically became invalid, and you know, needed a caregiver and needed to be taken care of, and it happened very immediately. Like, she just, you know, in the kitchen one day, she had a stroke, and that was it. And then, I want to say within 2 months, her husband divorced her. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm wrong about the time frame. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that, but like, it was really, really just.
Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try.
It was just a crazy moment where
That's
you're just
not
like,
what my
what the,
scouts report, sir.
you know, like,
Every
how are they
day
getting
Lord
divorced?
Jordan's
Like,
cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
just made
waiting.
just made no sense to me, you know.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
You know, I don't know where these people are talking. I have no idea.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
But anyway,
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection
yeah,
of
she
the
just,
Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
you know, she didn't do anything.
General,
You people and your damn Jarls.
sir, you can't force a Nord to accept
There's something
help
I can
he
do.
hasn't asked for.
Fine. Why don't
No,
you?
I don't want that
if
either.
Ulfric's
God
making
damn
a
it.
move for Whiterun, then we
There's a
need
ch-
to be there.
you have the
with
eyes
You know
of
what?
a
I'm
trained
over this
marksman.
already.
Another
This
letter
was
with the usual
an optional part of this
time
quest
share
anyway,
some
so
of your
fuck that.
intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans.
Anyway,
Embellish.
and he was a professional wrestler, and part-time professional wrestler. But, you know, he's a professional wrestler, he's a cop, he was, you know, like it. But I think that ultimately, and again, I don't want to be disrespectful to him, but I don't really care. I think he was having an affair, and had been having an affair. So as soon as this happened, he just, you know, he just took off and went to quote unquote be happy. And I don't know about happiness. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know his level of happiness or any of that. I don't know, you know, how she was as a wife or partner or maid. I don't know any of that stuff. I just know that she was my aunt, and I loved her, and I miss her, and I don't think that, you know, I think it's just shitty what happened, and the way everything happened. Not just that, not just him, but what happened at the hospice places, and you know. She deserved better. So, anyway, she just, to me, she deserved a whole lot better than she ended up getting. And her kids are great. My cousins, you know, it's my family. It's, you know, all my people. So they're great. They did everything they could for her. You know, they brought her to all the parties. You know, for those of you that don't know, I was kind of estranged from my family for a while. I had some issues with, you know, my family and some of the things that, you know, they were... I just didn't see eye to eye with everything, and as soon as I could make a break, if you will, I made a break, and I went and I did my own thing, if you will. I moved to Florida. You know, I took off as quickly as I could because I just wanted to, you know. I was suffocating, I felt, where I was. I suppose is the I guess that's the important thing for me to say. Like, I felt like whatever was going on back home, I was like suffocating, and that I needed to start new. I was freaked out because I was working as a manager for a company, and the company closed, and I was just without a job, and I had unemployment for like 6 months, but I also had a severance package for 6 months, so I didn't have to work or anything. So I was good in that context, you know, like but it wasn't going to last forever, so I had to be able to pay bills and you know, live a life and have an income and stuff like that. And there was only one thing at that point that I could do, and that was I was a bill collector. I was a good bill collector. You know, I was never a great bill collector, but I was a good bill collector. And I just, you know, I panicked, and the opportunity presented itself where I had this opportunity, and it was like, and I'll tell you guys, like, I had somebody call me because they heard that I was available, and he said, I'll give you this much money, and I was not serious. I was like, that's not enough. I can't do that. Like, I don't have this. I don't have this. You know, I put up just, I mean, a ton of obstacles. Like, I made it impossible for him to give me what I needed in order for me to go work for this company. And he said, hold on, and came back to the phone and did everything that I wanted. And then I said, well, look, man, I appreciate that. Like, that's really nice. Like, I am, you know, it's great that, you know, you value me in that way, because he needed a manager for the company and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's great you value me that way, but also, you know, like, I don't have the money to get there. You know, like, it's going to be expensive. I don't have $2,000 right now that I can, you know, I just came back from vacation. I'm in Florida when I'm taking the phone call from them, and they paid for my move down there. They gave me a house, 90 days rent free. I mean, like, they took care of me in every possible way. So I ended up moving to Florida. And I felt like I was running away from my family for a while. So, you know, I wasn't estranged, but I felt estranged from them, you know, because I was just, you know, I was young. There was something that happened that I didn't like, and I just, you know, stepped away. So, I mean, I guess that's the best thing that I can say. I kind of stepped away. It was really more me than it was my family. You know, ultimately, my family loves me, never did anything wrong. But, you know, I just, you know, the opportunity presented itself in a way that I had never seen before, and it was an opportunity. And I had a girlfriend at the time. She was going to go with me. The day I was leaving, she decided she was not going to go, so I was on my own, and she and I had just kind of gotten together to begin with. Like, it wasn't like we had, you know, it wasn't like this was my long-term everything girl or anything like that. Like, it just, you know, we woke up that morning, and she was staying at my place, and she just said she wasn't going. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But at the same time, like, it was okay. If she didn't want to go, it was okay. You know, there's no guarantee, you know. Maybe we're in a relationship for another 3 weeks anyway and break up. So that was the end of that. Moved to Florida. 3 months later, she told me she was pregnant. And then, not only was she pregnant, but never asked me for a dime. Never, I mean, just, she had gotten back, I guess, or gotten with her ex-boyfriend. They'd gotten back together, and that was the end of it. She was just, so that was it. If I'm oversharing, by the way, anybody can tell me stop oversharing because you're making me sad or you're pissing me off or whatever. This is taking fucking forever here. Like, I feel like I don't like this. Whatever this is, I don't like this fucking place at all. This is just too much running around for nothing. Tripwire? Okay. What I hate about some of these, like Skyrim, one of the things that sucks is when people make content, sometimes they confuse content with running. So, like in this situation right here, this gigantic dungeon does not feel necessary. Like, this does not feel necessary. This just feels like something that was put here to take up and waste your time. You know what I mean? Like, just to keep you spelunking, if you will, when you don't really need to. The only thing that you need right now is just, you know, point me to the end of the quest somewhere, wherever that is, and let me get there. And this thing doesn't let you. There's like dead bodies everywhere. Dead bodies everywhere. Isn't that a Korn song? There we go. Alright. Jesus Christ, like I said, like, there's just everywhere. It's just another turn and a little bit more. Just a little bit more to do. A little bit more to do. A little bit more to do. Just a little further. Just a little further. What point does it stop becoming fun? Because I can tell you already, it's not fun already. Like, God damn. Alright. It's a long way. This is a long goddamn way for whatever artifact I'm looking for. I'm looking for something for Wolfhearth? I don't know what the fucking name is. Well, I'm looking for something for somebody. And it feels like I'm just going the long way. For very little. And by the way, I'm like, I got great armor. I got a great weapon. Got everything that I need to speed my way through this. So, believe me when I tell you, I am speeding my way through this, and it's still taking forever. However, problem with that is, at the end of this, I get the best armor in the game. So I'm sure I know why I have to go so far and I have to do so much. They're gating you. And I come for a chest, and what happens? More fight. Jesus Christ. You know what I could really use would be... Jesus Christ, like, where is it? T? Greater Soul Gem. There we go. Alright, so whatever gems I have right now, I haven't been able to fill up because my knives and everything have been all messed up, and I haven't had... They weren't buffed, they were unbuffed. So I wasn't getting any bonuses off of them. So now I'm getting bonuses again. Anyway, where's Bitcoin right now? Let's go back here. Link's at 920. Bitcoin is down to 72,700. ICP is 261. Tau is 187. By the way, what cryptos do you guys want covered? You know, what is it that you guys are you know, because if we're making content, might as well make content that you guys want. A lot of times I just do what I want. And Jesus Christ. Alright, whatever's going on right here is just fucking obnoxious. Like, these things are just spawning non-stop coming at me. Jesus Christ, a waste of... And it seems like it's so fucking far away. Like, when you're looking at this and you're playing this game, like there's a door that you can see right there at the top. Like where I'm moving up at the top, there's like this door. And that door just looks so far away. Like, what is going on?
Still you persist. Destroy them. Rend the flesh from his bones. Grind them into ash.
And this looks like, I don't know what kind of dungeon this is. I don't think this exists otherwise. And the reason I don't think this exists otherwise, I think like this is an add-on, now that I'm looking at it. Because, which is the annoying part. Like, they just made this thing long just so that it felt like more time in the game. More, you know. Because if somebody says, hey, you know, I've got this game, there's like 100 hours of gameplay. Well, you know, if the main quest only takes 10 hours, it doesn't matter what the other 90 hours does if it's boring and if it's all you're doing is just going deep, deeper into something that you just really annoyingly don't want. Like, it's this right here. Like, just this one right here is just not fun. Now I'm about to get hit with this knockdown bullshit. And sometimes you get into this right here, where you get a couple of, you know, whatevers that just start There we go. You get 2 of them, and they just start kind of they just start chaining, and they'll start chaining you to the ground, and you can't get up until you're dead. And the game's okay about it. It doesn't always do that, but you know, the fact that it does is still pretty lame. There we go. Oh shit, you know what the other thing is? I forgot my buffs right now are damage buffs, and what I should have done is state buffs. Shit. One of them is a fiery trap. It's called Fiery Soul Trap, so it does heat damage, plus it steals their soul when they die and goes into a soul gem. But the other piece was I had a buff that also causes them to get dizzy, and when they get dizzy they don't attack as fast, or they don't attack as hard, and they start screwing everything up. And I forgot to buff with that, or maybe I haven't unlocked it yet. Whatever it is, I probably screwed that up somehow. Oh, went to, here's a good one. I don't know if you guys remember, but he used to make content all the time. His name was Evan Aldo, a friend of mine. Hadn't talked to him in a while. He moved to Lima, Peru. And we are now down $31 billion. Bitcoin is at 72,000. We are dumping hard one more time. Like, Jesus Christ, this market. Like, this is capitulation right now. Like, this feels like capitulation to the point that people are just like, Jesus Christ, just get it over with. And the game just died. You son of a bitch. All of that is gone. Let's see how bad. Oh, wait, I just went through a door. So I'm going to be back at that door, right? So at least...
Still you versus. Destroy them. Rend the flesh from his bones. Grind them into ash.
You know what? I'm just going to aggro everything and pull it all and just see what happens here. Like, I don't need to be in here for all this. This is just getting too much. Quickly, we're right back to where we were before. So, hello? Anyway, we'll do this. Start healing and just keep going. So let's move over here, and Very good interview. Very impressive with Mr. Tom. They should get you back on the team. You know, I like I said before, I really wish they would. You know, in fact, that was really nice because I don't consider, even though, you know, it hasn't been or hadn't been the greatest, Terra Luna Classic and Dev and you know, whatever other, you know, little loose deals came here and there, stuff like that. Fluence, my current management company, they tend to bring me these really good deals, but they don't bring me garbage deals. You get one every once in a while, but they tend to only be focused on like real utility kind of coins and stuff. And by the way, I did ask the team at Dev about, you know, about continuing on and stuff like that, and I was told that Ray Quintana doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to just give away tokens because he thinks that, you know, the value. Basically, the way he was explaining it was, if Ray, like today, I don't know how much 2,500 in tokens would be today, but that would be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30,000 or something. So if he gave me 30,000 tokens and it's worth $10 in a month, he just gave me $300,000. And I mean, I mean, maybe they're, you know, the amount that they have is limited and stuff like that. So, you know, when price is $1.80, they probably don't care. But when price is $7 million, they do care. And like I told, I said it myself to them, like it was a mistake. Like, not that it, not me. It's not, you know, not. I'm not talking about me. That it's a mistake not to partner with me, but just to stop communicating with people and stop providing them with a source where they can get like daily updates and stuff like that. Like it was a mistake, in my opinion. They probably should have handled that just a little bit better. But I mean, it is what it is, right? All right, so we got whale, snake, bird. So whale, snake, bird. So we want, oh god damn it. All right, so that's a single one. So whale. All right, we got it. That was gonna suck right there. That was gonna really suck if it didn't work. Anyway, we got through it. So I'm almost at the end, by the way, because that arrow that I'm following to try to get there is getting real big lately. Now, how do I get through here? There's got to be some kind of unlock mechanism around here somewhere. We need that. We need that. We need that. Or I need that anyway. Alright, there we go. Kill everything in order to unlock a door that normally has a chain on it. Shit is wild sometimes. And we're gonna jump in. Wham! Wham!
My part for Skyrim. Killing not be bad to press. What binds my soul to this wretched world? Need I claim that I am deserving of the death I seek?
Got him. All right. Treads of Wolfhearth. There we go. Boots of a former Dragonborn found in Dragon's Fall. Nordic Warhammer of High Chaos. 50% chance to do Element, Fire, Frost, and Shock to do 20 points of damage. Jesus Christ. Now, there has to be a way out from here that is not another gigantic forever walk. There's a door right there. How do I get through that? Nothing at the door. All right. That looks like a way out, though. So. Nope. Nope. Hey, Jack, you so whack. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I did, but it opened. So, we got what we needed. Now, we can get out of here. Alright, so there is a big chest. Staff of Frostbite. Not really anything that we need. Nothing exciting. Breathing water. No, nope, nope, nope. But anyway, yeah, I definitely, I wish that I was still partnered with those guys. That would have been, especially for the last year or so, man. This last year has really sucked. To have a partner, a reliable partner that I believe in. Look, it doesn't always work out, but, you know, I was partnered with Volt for, I mean, what is it, 2 years almost? You know, I mean, a long time. So, you know, having partners like that, you know, that really, really matters. Now, I don't have, let's go here. Like, how the f do I get out? There we go. Alright, so I'm getting very, very close to the end, wherever that is. But anyway, yeah. But Austin's ahead of communication, and that's the only communication that they want right now. So here we are. But yeah, if they were, if that were an offer, if there were something that they were willing to do, then I would be like, I'd absolutely be jumping on that, because I definitely value the project and all of that. So now, how do I get the Lord's Mail from Castle DYOR? Can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. There are no enemies nearby. There's something nearby. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a giant dragon. But anyway, yeah, they're. I mean, that's it's my favorite project, or at least should be known to be my favorite project. I'll say it that way. That dude right there is going to be annoying. He is following me no matter which way I go. Son of a bitch. And he's shooting down at me, so he is clearly motivated. So let's Bow of Shadows his ass and waka waka waka, baby boy. Damn. Alright. I got him enough that he's coming down. He's definitely coming down. Oh. Wrecked. What's up, Derek? Alright. So, Ancient Dragon. We're going to take whatever he's got here. And then this whole Castle Dower thing. Right there, man. That Castle Dower thing. I just went in there. I just asked a few people. I just did all of this shit. And I got nowhere. I got nothing. I got, you know. So now I don't know where the Lord's Mail is. I feel like, but I always feel like I always have it. But it's like in some kind of random stupid place.
You're a sneaky looking sort.
You're a sneaky looking sort. Who introduces themselves like that? You're a sneaky looking asshole. Like, what is that? Now, Castle Dower, we're supposed to...
Look at the muscles on you.
I'm telling you.
Oh, quit hitting on
Ulfric's
me.
Planning an attack on Whiterun.
Yes?
He'd be insane to try.
Need something?
Yeah, I
That's
need
not
one of you
what
to
my
tell me
scouts
what in the
report,
f
sir.
I'm supposed to be doing
Every
here.
day
There's an air of mysticism about you.
Hrothgar and
You've got a
Windsor
real
are
bounce to your step. I'll bet
It's
you're
not
quite
a
the
cause.
What
It's
is-
a rebellion.
God damn.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's
Who
going
can I talk
try
to in
take
Castle
Whiterun.
Dower that's going to give me what I need? No. And right there, remove. Let's get rid of that.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses
You have the hands of a healer.
You have the
if he wants
hands
to
of a
stand
healer.
outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
Get your hands of a healer ass off me.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir,
Who you calling you
you
people?
can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need
You can sell off that junk at bits and
damn
pieces.
storm-cloaked rebels latitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans.
Auxiliary?
Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem
Nope.
like
All right, then.
Are you lost?
Yeah, I'm
Isn't there
lost.
something I can do for you?
Yeah.
Perhaps direct you to the nearest prison?
Nothing there.
Need something?
Sir,
There. Okay, maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe it was the Blue Palace. Inquire at Castle Dower about the Lord's Mail. Locate the Lord's Mail. Okay, so
There's a charge in the air. Been casting some destruction spells? You've got some nimble fingers. What have you
Waiting.
been getting into?
nope.
Keep my men in your prayers. They'll need them if they don't shape up.
You have the hands of an illusionist.
Hey, wanna play tag?
No.
Sure.
Word
whatever
is
you
spreading
say.
like mage fire.
Bye.
Great evil has been vanquished.
Castle Dower? Yeah. So we're in Castle Dower and I can't find the Lord's Mail. Alright, so Steep Fall Barrow. Looking it up right now because Alright, so Steep Fall Barrow is where it's supposed to be. And Steep Fall Barrow is... Okay, I know where it is. Alright, so now it's going to be just south of Orphan's Tier. There we go. I mean, I guess that's... Here we are. Alright, so now we got to find... That's going to be down this way. And by the way, the worst part about this is when you're playing and you're messing around with this stupid game is you actually go faster if you have this armor than, or at least as fast with a horse. So lower Steep Fall Burrow. Okay, how do I get to higher Steep Fall Burrow? How do I get up there? Okay, we're gonna get off this stupid thing. We're cheat coding. I'm so tired of... Steep Fall Burrow. There we go. Alright, so somewhere in here... is a chest. And inside that chest is the Lord's Mail. Nope. Nope. We're here, and the Lord's Mail is not. God damn it. Son of a bitch. I'm half-cocked quests that don't do things right absolutely annoy the shit out of me. Can't even tell you how annoying that is. Now, you made this trip here. I mean, luckily you've cleaned out everything here. But now it tells me that in order for me to do this, I have to go to the Dragon's Bridge. And the Dragon's Bridge is past south of Meridia. And I am tired of riding the goddamn unicorn, so we're just going to run fast. And get used to it. So, apparently, in order to unlock the Lord's Mail, you have to go to Dragon Bridge. Dragon Bridge, inside the Penitent Oculus headquarters, there is a piece of paper pinned up somewhere, and that starts the Lord's Mail. So now that I've done this, I have to now go back to Steep Fall Burrow and go inside there, and then inside there I will find the Lord's Mail, which is now in the empty chest, which will no longer be empty. And the Penitent Oculus is right here. Penitus Oculatus. Ooh, what a fancy, classy name. There it is, right there. Ta-da. Steep Fall Burrow. So now I go to Steep Fall Burrow, where I just came from, because the mail doesn't spawn. So stupid. This is what I mean. Like, sometimes that Shattered Legacy that I'm doing right now, like, I love getting this armor. But the bells and whistles and stuff like that that you have to go through in order to get there seems a little bit much. There it is, laying on the ground. And we'll take that. Shrine of Kennerith to clean myself off. Now, return to Sancrator, which is Aelid Waystone. So now, the Aelid Waystone, we are back in Sancrator. Now we've killed everything, so nothing much or nothing less, you know, not a lot to slow us down. So we just press the gas and go. Oh, shit. Now how do we get in?
You have been a mighty bit busy, haven't you? I've come to claim that which we have paid for to be uncovered. I expect you won't give me any resistance, will you?
I'm gonna stab you when I see you.
Just place the amulet fragments on the floor and leave. Very simple. Even a person such as yourself should understand these mundane instructions. Or perhaps the cold of Skyrim has dulled your wits. I do grow ever so weary of this game, but I suppose I could be persuaded to engage in another. Let's see how you enjoy it.
Okay, let's see how I enjoy it. Got him. Another Bow of Shadows. I already have the Bow of Shadows. I don't know why I have two now.
The blood of the mother. You have, though the stone shall once again serve to reinforce the world by bringing breath and blood to the White Gold Tower once more.
All right, Amulet of Kings.
I now take my lead. The blue creating with or a final gift that you may make a relic. I use it wisely. Now go forth, one of seven. The wheel still.
All right, so now I have the Amulet of Kings, which gives me a buff when I gives you like a buff that you can't see until you. This guy's gonna disappear, and then a forge is gonna appear right there. We've got Soul Ingot. Wham. And now, heavy. Wham. And now once you've done that, you've got all the armor. Now all you have to do is buff it up. Here it is. Amulet of Kings. Oh shit, I forgot. Takes me out. Amulet of Kings. So let's go look at right there. Now we've got the Armor of Morehouse. There it is. And then we've got Helmet of Tiber Septim. Quaharan's Grips. We've got the boots, the treads of Wolfheart, right there. Then we've got the Patchwork Cloak. And then we have the Sigil, the Signet of Sir Amiel. And then the Ring of Zurin Arctis. I don't know which one it is. It's one of these or the other. But now, we have all those on. And now for active effects, we have... Here we go. We have Morehouse Bulwark, which is reduce all damage by 10% and critical chance by 25%. Quanaran's Might, which is enhancing all damage by 10% and stagger by 50%. Then you have Cinderion Serendipity, there we go, Sigil of Arctis. When the Vista set is fully equipped, all items can be enchanted with 1 extra effect. Then we have the Soul of Akatosh. And then, I think there's one other thing there. Oh, something like that. Anyway. So we got the armor. And now, back to what we had before. Because all this stuff already has good buffs on it. So at least we made that. And now we're going to save that. I quit. There. And bang. We finished. Also, as you guys can see, I changed a little bit. I put like a little frame around here. And then when we do side view stuff, I got a little frame like that. When we do news stuff, I'm going to set that frame up right here to be there too. Haven't completely finished that yet. There we have it. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's not financial advice.